Welcome to Patty's Aquatics. So today what I want to do is give you guys an update on my summer tubs, but I also want to pose the question, does keeping fish outside help your fish grow faster and breed more? Stick around, let's talk about it. Well, this is the summer tub so far, and they are doing pretty good. Now, the Creeping Charlie, as you can see, it's kind of iffy. The stuff on the water line is really growing really well. The stuff that's been hanging over the edge has been exposed to the sun really isn't surviving the greatest. The stuff I put inside of the water, exactly, that stuff died off. Really hasn't done too good. You have a few little shoots here and there. My pond lilies, the lily pads have come up. And life has exploded in here though. Now the sun isn't perfect, unfortunately, but there are hundreds upon hundreds of baby guppies in here. And that poses the question, like I said in the beginning, why does keeping fish outside allow you to be able to reproduce fish faster and have them grow faster? Well, the answer to that, in my opinion, is if you're in an aquarium, you're basically confined to what you feed them. Compared to out here in the wild, outside, you're going to have many different types of bugs and organisms and things that will fall into the ponds that they can feed off of, plus what you feed them. So that is a big reason why keeping fish outside is like a big game changer when it comes to breeding, and why I love doing it. Now, the top tub here, there are some baby fry down there. If you can see, there are lots of babies in this one as well. Now the adults hide at the bottom. They kind of take cover underneath the vegetation, but I also see groups of big amounts of baby guppies when they're born hanging out in this area over here. And when I feed over in this area, and all the adults will come up and eat, but you'll see baby fry everywhere. They're hiding right now, but trust me, there are lots and lots of them. But overall, the tubs have been doing awesome. I haven't had any issues with overflowing like I had in the past. It's the middle of July, so the water temperatures have stabilized for what they will do. Come warm in the daytime and get a little cooler at night. But overall, everything's been doing great. The Amazon swords, like I showed before, still growing great with these little pieces. I'm getting new growth on the actual sword down in there. And like I said, babies everywhere. I know it's really hard to see with the light right now. I thought it'd be a little better at this time of day. But just hearing that trickling of water out here and seeing the growth inside of the tub, it reminds me of looking at a lake or a pond and seeing all the babies in it. It's actually awesome. Let's come look at the other pond. Now this one has been a little more, I wouldn't say stagnant, but I don't see fish very often. They're all in there. I'll move around and stick my face down there and see them. But I also added some more groups of guppies in here too, just because I wanted to get some action in here, and I don't really see them much either. When I feed, I'll see them come up. There is some food in here because I fed them not too long ago. But yeah, the tub's doing great. It's in the shade all the time, so the water temperature stays a little more stable in that 60 to 70s compared to the other big tub I just showed you out in the actual sun. That one can get closer to around 90 during the day in the heat, and then drops down in like around 70 during the day, or during at night, excuse me. So does that affect the growth rates and birth rates compared to the two tubs between that and this? I don't know. I haven't seen many babies in this one compared to the other one. The other one's teeming, so I would almost say that the warmer temperature is obviously going to speed up their metabolism and make them eat more and grow more. So I would say that being more in the sun is probably going to be more beneficial, as long as it doesn't get too hot, where the fish will actually starve out of oxygen and not too good. But that's this one. Nothing really exciting to talk about here, other than that I did take the cover off of this, if you didn't see from one of those last videos I had, where I had my white club minnows jump out of here. Nothing's jumped out. Everything's been doing great, so it can actually look like a pond again. But you know, like I said, nothing really to write home about this one, other than that they're surviving. We'll see another month or so if things start producing more in here, because this one was set up later than the other ones. But let's go back to the bigger one again. So these tubs being set up on summer, I think they're great. They're a great thing to do and try as a hobbyist. Especially if you live in an area that's climately allows you to be able to do it. Like I said, the last 2 years I've done these guppies. I've never done the guppies in a big tub like this, and I'm going to have so many of them come fall when I take them out of there. And I'll be really interested to try something else in here next year. I think I will try the white clouds out here next year and see how I do with them. But it's like a slice of a lake in your own backyard. Like I said, the sun isn't perfect right now, but when the algae builds up inside of here and this shines in there, it looks like you're looking at the bottom of a pond or a lake with all the fish coming in and out of it. All the baby guppies like to hide all within that algae, so I try not to pull too much of it out, because it's a nice hiding spot for them not to get eaten by the bigger guppies and from the goldfish that are in here. The algae growth on the pieces of wood here just makes it look very realistic, which is very cool too. The pump from Hygger is holding up great. I think I take off probably every other day. I'll rip some of the excess waste off the top of it that's filtering out so it doesn't get clogged up. And then the top tub up here, I have that pre-filter on the hole in there. What I do is I just kind of adjust it around a little bit, but that one really doesn't ever have to get cleaned off. And I like to try to keep the water level up so that I'm getting a constant flow of water on the top and bottom. And it seems like those baby guppies really like that flow in here because they're always hanging out over here, like I said. But that was just a quick update on the ponds. Like I said, I think they're doing great. And absolutely, do you get better growth rate and better amount of babies being born when you have them outside. Just there's so much of an advantage to be able to have being out in the elements, having all of the bugs and insects and different debris that fall into these tubs that allow them to feed constantly and grow constantly, added with the warmer temperatures and metabolism speeding up on them. It's bar none one of the greatest things you can try to do as a hobbyist if you want to try to breed some of these types of fish. So I highly recommend it if you have a climate area where it's accessible to do. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please consider hitting the subscribe button. I will keep you updated more on these ponds throughout the summer. Hit that join button if you're interested in joining as a member. Other than that, always remember to think outside the box and take a step back into nature. Hope to see you next time here at Paddy's Aquatics.